Hello, Cradle Roll friends. Welcome back to Sabbath School. And a special hello to those of you who are tuning in for the first time. I believe every Sabbath we get more and more young friends who are tuning in, and we are so excited to welcome you. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below so you do not miss a single video when they're uploaded. Last Sabbath, we learned about the story of Hannah, and we learned that God answers prayers. But I have some questions that I'd like to ask my Cradle Roll reporters about prayer that I'm hoping they can help me answer. Welcome to Cradle Roll Channel News. I am your anchor woman, Miss Michelle Song, and I have 3 Cradle Roll reporters on standby to answer some questions that we have about prayer. All right, let's see if our reporters are ready and on standby. We have reporters Callie, reporter Aria, and reporter Ethan ready to go. Okay. Hi, reporters.
Hello. Hello. Hello, I'm here.
Okay, reporters. The first question I'd like to ask you is prayer important? And if so, why?
Yes, it is. Because God loves us. Praying is important because Jesus wants to hear what we want to pray about.
Excellent answers. Did you know that Mrs. White says that prayer is like the breath of the soul? Could you live if you didn't breathe? Could you? No! Your body and your brain needs oxygen in order to live. And in the same way, our spiritual lives will die if we do not pray. Here's our next question. Why should we pray?
Because we need to talk to God. Because we like God. We should pray because it's important to connect to God.
Ah, great answers again. Did you know that prayer connects us to the source of power? Just like when you flip on a switch, the light turns on? It's like that. When we're connected to God, He gives us the power to shine His light to everybody. Okay, our next question is, do you think that God answers prayers? And if so, do you have an instance in your life when God answered your prayer?
Yes, He does. Yes. God answers prayers, but he does what He thinks is best. And when I got a boo-boo, and God made me feel better.
Oh, isn't God such a good and faithful God? I want to share a quick story of when I was 5 years old. I had gotten lost. I had left the swimming pool without telling my older cousins who were watching me because I wanted to go back to the hotel to grab something. Rule number 1, always tell an adult before you leave anywhere, okay? But the problem was between the swimming pool and the hotel, there was a huge parking garage and I got completely lost. I couldn't find my way back to the pool and I couldn't find my way to the hotel and there was no one around me to ask. So do you know what I did, boys and girls? That's right. I stopped and I prayed. I said, "Dear Jesus, I'm lost. Please help me to find my way back to my cousins." And do you know what happened? As soon as I said amen, I began to hear voices and laughter and screaming in the distance. And I knew those were my cousins playing at the pool. So I followed the sound until guess what? I found the swimming pool again. I know for a certainty that God answered that prayer. Okay, our next question is, do you think that God always answers our prayers immediately?
Yes, no, later. Sometimes God says wait. God answers prayers when it's His own time.
Ah, yes. Sometimes God says yes immediately, like when I had prayed. And sometimes He tells us to wait. But if we have trust and faith in Him, we know, just like we learned in Hannah's story, that He will answer everything in the best timing possible. Here's our next question. What would happen if we didn't pray?
We don't talk to God. God will be sad. God won't hear prayers.
Thank you for those answers. Our spiritual lives would die. Just like if you plucked a leaf from the tree, that leaf would wither. Same thing would happen to us. We need to keep that connection always open. Okay, our last question is, what are some things that you like to pray about?
My family. I like to pray for others. That God give us a baby.
Oh, those are all wonderful things to pray about. Did you know that when you pray, it's like you're creating a bridge between God and that person? You are giving God permission to work in that person's life, even if that person doesn't believe in Jesus. Isn't that amazing? I like to keep a prayer journal, and in that prayer journal, I like to write down the names of all the people that I'm praying for. I want to encourage you, boys and girls, to do the same. Maybe set aside a notebook or a journal where you can write down the names of people that you want to pray for. Then watch and see how God works in their lives. All right, Aria, Kelly, and Ethan, thank you for doing such a great job. Now, boys and girls, let's go ahead and see how our Cradle Roll friends practiced praying this week. 맘마 주셔서 감사합니다. 아멘.
Dear Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for my family. I like my family so much, and I like my house. Dear Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for loving us. Keep everyone to be safe and healthy. In your name, amen. Dear Jesus, thank you for keeping us safe and healthy. Please be with all the people who need you in all their prayers. Answer them in the way that is possible. We love you. Amen.
Thank you for this food. Amen.
Amen.
Whole life he will be given to the Lord.
to the
1 Samuel
First Samuel
1
1
28.
28. Whole life you've been given to the Lord. 1 Samuel 1:28. For his whole life he'll be given to the Lord. 1 Samuel 1:28. For his whole life he will be given to the Lord. 1 Samuel 1:28. Chocolate cupcakes. Guitar, my bike, honey and harabaji. Family, berry picking and coloring and activities that we just do in the house today. I'm thankful for all the animals that God created. Hands. Wash your hands. Wash hands. Pineapples. Pizza. Running. Pieces of me.
Walking.
Aria, do you have any prayer requests?
For Mila and Sayla. I want to pray that our friends and family stay healthy. That God keeps us away from the virus. For Daddy's back.
Guess what, boys and girls? We have a July birthday! Callie turned 4. Oh my goodness. Happy birthday, Callie! We wish we could have celebrated with you, but I'm so thankful that you had a great day. You have been such a ray of sunshine and blessing to me and all of your friends. And I hope that this next year of life, you grow even closer to Jesus. Boys and girls, let's go ahead and wish Callie a happy birthday. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Callie. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Callie. Have a great new year of life. All right, boys and girls, we're going to take a quick look and see how Callie celebrated her 4th birthday.
We had a fun party at the treasure hunt. We spent time with family. We rode bikes around the neighborhood and learned how to ride a scooter. We went blueberry baking. We went swimming all the time. We watched fireworks. We ate good food.
Good morning and happy Sabbath, boys and girls. I wish I could be seeing you guys in the Cradle Roll classroom right now, but I'm thankful for the opportunity that technology gives us so that we can learn more about God in this way. For our story today, we are going to be learning about a boy named Samuel and how he became God's helper. There was a woman named Hannah and her husband Elkanah, and they went to Shiloh to worship at the tabernacle. A tabernacle was like a sanctuary, a church like what we have today. And when they went to the tabernacle, Hannah prayed to God for a baby. And priest Eli also prayed and asked God to grant her what she asked for. Now Hannah was so happy, and do you know why? Everyone would soon find out that God had answered her prayer. Hannah was going to be having a baby. One day, Hannah's baby boy was born. She may have looked at his dark, curly hair and his cute little ears. She probably touched his soft baby skin and counted his little toes. Hannah named her baby Samuel because that name means heard of God. She had asked God for a baby, and he heard her. When she prayed to God to give her a baby, she promised God she would give that baby back to God so that that baby would serve God all his life. And when Samuel was old enough, Hannah took him to live with priest Eli to help in the tabernacle. Samuel felt very special because he knew that he had some very important things to do. What do you think Samuel did in the tabernacle? I'm going to be showing you guys some things, and I want you to pretend like you are also priest Eli's helper. Do you know what this is? It's a broomstick. We use this to clean our floors from dirt or if you accidentally spill something. Now I want everyone to stand up with me and pretend like you're sweeping your floor. Or if you have a broom nearby, grab it really quickly. So maybe Samuel helped out at the tabernacle by cleaning the floors, helping the tabernacle to always be clean. For our second thing, this is a cleaning cloth, and you can use it to wipe down any surfaces to make sure that they're always clean. Now for this last thing, I don't want you to try this by yourself, but I want you to ask your mom or your dad to help you, or you can just watch me. In those times that Samuel lived, they didn't have electricity like we do, so they couldn't turn the lights off and on like we can today. So what do you think they had? If you guessed a candle, you're right. Maybe when it got dark, Samuel helped by lighting the candles so that they could have light to see. Thank you for helping me today. You guys are all very good helpers, just as Samuel was. Now, Hannah missed her little boy. She missed having Samuel at home because she lived far away from the tabernacle. She couldn't see him very often. But every year, she visited him and brought him a special coat. Samuel was growing bigger just as you are, so each year he needed a bigger coat. He was happy to see his mother each time she came, and Priest Eli was happy to have Samuel's help. Each time Hannah and Elkanah came to the tabernacle, Eli asked God to bless them and their family. God gave Hannah and her husband more children. Hannah became the mother of 3 more sons and 2 daughters. The other children lived at home with their mother and father, and although he lived with Eli, Samuel's mother always loved him. Do you want to be God's helper today? Just as Samuel helped God in the tabernacle, you can help too by maybe helping out with the chores or just helping out with whatever your mom and dad asked you to do.
Boys and girls, Samuel served God by being helpful to Eli. Did you know that you can also serve God by being helpful to your parents? Take a quick look at some of these chores that you could do to lighten your parents' burden. This is a practical way that you can serve God this next week. Make me a servant, humble and meek. Lord, let me lift up those who are weak, and may the prayer of my heart always be, make me a servant, make me a servant, make me a servant today.